Hey, what's going on? Jim here. So page 18, the Alfred basic piano course. This is what we're looking at today. We're going to get into it, and I'm going to be changing my channel. I don't want to say changing my channel a little bit. I'm going to have a little more fun. I want to have some fun with you guys and joke around, but still you guys get a quality education. And I'm just moving my microphone so it works. All right, so we are looking at my angle of the keyboard. We got this here. You might have the book. It's page 18. Here's my middle C, okay? I'll turn that down. And then we got our lower end, all right? And we're just gonna be playing some chords. When we're playing that C chord, we have that 5 on C, 3 on the E, and then 1 on G. A lot of times when we do this, we tense up. Okay, yes, as always, I've been saying this for a while now. I'm exaggerating, but think more arm weight. There's a lot of ways to get into technique and talk, but we want to get playing and then we refine as we go. But do not press. Think about playing the instrument with your body. In this case, arm weight. Here's the first one, half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whole note. 1, 2, 3. And we are going to repeat. 3, 4. Arm weight. 3. Repeating it. That dynamic is mezzo forte. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quick note literacy check. Make sure you know the notes you're playing, always thinking from bottom to top. So that is our C. On the staff, you can see it. They're nice. They labeled for you this time, but you got to get that in your brain, and then an E, and then a G. Same idea, but now with the right hand. Here we go. Ready, begin. 1, 2, 3. Arm weight. 1, 2. Tips of the fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Like that like button. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, you can count aloud. Yes, a steady tempo is our goal. Music's a river, we want it to flow. If you are not aware of internalization at the beginning of the game, then things will get very interesting later on. Now, it's awesome. They did this perfectly. The bottom of 18, it's both chords. I don't know if you can see it. You can zoom in if you're on a mobile or something. But it's like this. 1, 2, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, repeating. 1, 2, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2. Quick reading music tip. If I've taught this page only a billion times, but if you're looking at the music, you want to make sure that you're confident with your hand position and you're following along. And if it's easy, think about glancing ahead a little bit if you want to become a reader. All right, who doesn't love Brother John? So we got Brother John here. We got this dynamic, which is soft, and then the pulse is going to be steady. It says moderately fast. I'll go at a normal tempo. I don't know what normal is, but we'll go ahead and play all of it. And this one doesn't have repeats, but make sure you review the cymbals. I'm going to quiz you on that later. Here I go. 3 and 1, 2. Four. Loud. 4. I always feel like when I'm recording, I have to play louder. You remember during COVID times we're on Zoom, I'm like, hey, can you hear me? But really listen to your sound and make sure you can play at a good tempo if you have a keyboard that's touch sensitive. Because sometimes when we play soft, sometimes the keyboard might not ring, but really hold yourself accountable with that beat. And this is where you learn it, because this is simple stuff. Playing in time to me is like also playing in tune. All right, here's a happy song. Who doesn't like a happy song? The world needs happiness. All right, here we go. We got our G, starting with the 1. We got forte, C position, and we got a repeat. Do you see how I did my homework? I looked at everything. Oh, the 4th measure in, we have the F and G. That's going to get a little sticky because we're using our 5 and 4, so we might splat a little bit, or we might do this. So we have to be careful of that. Here I go. 2, 3, 4. All right, I was thinking while I was playing that, I did everything right. I didn't hold the whole note correctly the first time through, but it's all good. What I was thinking is some of you might be like,
why are you reading the music that way? Yes, I
have another page here, but I'm trying to be efficient. I obviously, sometimes people on pianos will put the lead sheet up there. It looks kind of pro and all that, but usually I would have it up here because it's a lot easier for my neck and back, but I'm sharing. Who doesn't like to share, right? So we're gonna go to page 20. And if you're still here, that means you are dedicated. All right, a few things I've noticed as a teacher when we're going through the easy stuff. Once we think we get the note, we're done. Well, it's not about perfection, but everyone's different. That's a good thing, right? But everyone's different. If we decide to not be aware of tempo and beat, things will get lost. And some of us, when I was younger, I had to work on this significantly. Some of us will have a hard time with beat, and you just have to be honest. You have to record yourself, play for a teacher, a friend, because depending on your training, I could go on because I've seen a lot with a lot of students on how they internalize. So at page 20, we got this action, then we got the B, and I got, should I leave it? Yeah, you guys can see it. It's a little, you all right with that? Good, because I'm not going to move the screen right now. All right, so we just play half note and then B. Like a little pinky extension. Don't be lazy, gotta repeat it. Building endurance. Pinky extension. 4. And now it's time for a boatload of cuteness. But Frankie's not there, but I'll put a photo in. He likes to hang in here at night and play, but I was moving around too much and he got a little grumpy. I'm like, I need to rest. All right, so with the important chords, the two important chords, we've talked about the C, and then they're talking about the G7. And I don't know if they really talk about what the G7 is. Basically, it's not too hard for now. I'm gonna keep this simple and fun for beginners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's not do the 6, 7 craze right now, okay? Some of you might not know what that is. You consider yourself lucky. Google it if you want. That's the 7th degree from G. And the G7 is known as a dominant chord. It's very powerful. That's all I'm doing right now for that. So we're gonna play like this. 5, 2, and that's gonna feel different for some of you. And it's okay. You don't have to be perfect. Just be aware. And if you're playing a little bit each day, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and play the bottom part and then you can read that. I'm not gonna read to you right now because it'd be kind of strange, but you can review that later. So it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Yes, I'm repeating. 1, here we go, repeat, and 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4. Technique. Checking, making sure you're not just pressing the keys, making sure that you're using arm weight, tips of the finger, sitting comfortably, feet flat on the floor, and all that stuff. You notice I say, yes, we're repeating. If I got $1, or if any piano teacher, music teacher got $1 for when students didn't repeat, we would be, because it's like, oh, it repeats. You gotta follow the details. Next time you cook, only read half the recipe. Let me know how that works out. All right, so we're gonna merrily roll along. We're gonna go into page 21, and that's gonna be our lesson for today. So if you're still here, consider subscribing, hint, hint, hint. And we got merrily along here. All right, so this is all busy, everyone. Tied notes. Looks just like what we call slurs, but function very differently. It extends the sound, and that's super important in music. So if we look at the left hand for merrily we roll along, you're holding it for 8 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's really important to do. It has a legato effect. And tied notes can get a bit confusing later on, internalizing with rhythm and all that stuff. And chords can naturally sound heavier, so we're gonna wanna make sure that we play that softer, okay, so we can hear the melody that you love so much. And the sound might decay, that's okay. Two, three, four. Now, Largo. Largo, which is Italian for, I don't know the exact translation, but we'll say slow. We're going to go through that slowly, and this is tricky for learners to play slow. So we'll be nice, medium slow. 1, 2, 3. How are the dynamics? 1, 2, 3. Left hand preparing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I'm going to be a student and make a mistake, and I'm going to keep going. 1, 2, 3. See what I did there? I just kept the beat going. That's good to do. It's okay. You'll go back and fix it. Tooth. The reason I brought that up is a lot of times we make mistakes. Shoulders go up. We get tense. The world is ending. Well, that's another conversation. But no, you want to make sure you're honest with the beat and get to the next note or phrase. And there can be disagreement with that. That's fine. But I've seen a lot of students, when they rehearse and they make mistakes, they freeze and they stop. And then that's how they internalize time. We don't want to do that. Art is art. All right, so I'll see you guys next time. Your homework is, you can scan ahead if you want, and let me know if you like these lessons. I'm interested to see who's going to join when I get into the middle of this book, and then book 2 and book 3 and book 60. Well, we're just going to skip and go to 60 because that looks really cool, right? Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. I told him we're having fun. You gotta have fun when you're rolling along here.